Master Douglas. What a delightful surprise.
Reverend Smallwood, it's so good to see you, sir.
I wasn't expecting to see you back so soon.
Well, it appears neither were my family. It seems they've neglected to send me a carriage.
Ah.
How are the family, though? Are they well?
I believe your father is very well.
Good.
Very well.
Well, it seems they've just forgotten me then. Nevertheless, it's very nice to be home, and it'll do me good to take a walk through the countryside. It's been a long time.
Oh, indeed.
It's been quite a while.
Indeed.
It's excellent to see you, Reverend.
It's a delight, my boy.
And no doubt we'll catch up soon.
A delight.
What on earth do you think you're doing walking across the fields like that? It's 5 miles.
Hello, Malcolm.
Hello, Douglas. Good to see you again.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to be back. It's nice to be welcome in one's own house.
I see it's not changed you then. You're still as sarcastic and strong-willed as ever.
Yes, well, we had to see the back of this damnable thing.
I'm sorry they didn't send a carriage. Harris will be in the soup for that.
Malcolm, don't be silly. They have other things to worry about. They are human, after all.
What's got into you, Douglas? You've always had more affection for the serving classes than your own. I had hoped the military would have taught you the correct order of things.
Yes, well, it taught me one thing, dear brother, and that's to measure a man on his merit rather than his birth.
Well, that's your prerogative, naturally. Father had so hoped that you'd changed, that the Transvaal would have made a man of you.
They gave me this wretched piece of metal for being ungentlemanly to people I had absolutely no quarrel with whatsoever.
Yes, you're quite a war hero. Father is very proud of you.
I'm ashamed. It was fear. There's nothing more than bestial fear that made me pick up that rifle. Nothing more noble and glorious than that.
Well, at least you're a man of the world now. You gained some experience out there, I trust.
I couldn't possibly know what you were talking about.
Quite so, a gentleman never tells. Mother and Father have arranged a visitor for you this week, an American girl. I trust you'll have an idea what to do with one. Is this a required reading of officers in the regiment these days?
It's really rather good. I recommend it to you.
You know I wouldn't touch this filth.
That's what I've always admired about you, brother. You have such an open mind.
I told him you were coming back, sir. I heard your regiment was coming home.
I'll be dashed. Mackenzie, Jack, it's good to see you. How's the estate been these last 3 years?
Been away myself, sir. Not as long as you, mind. Let's see, must have been about 14 months.
Been away to see another part of the world, perhaps?
Different part than this, sir. Went into town looking for work, but ended up down on the docks unpacking the spice boats.
Oh. Oh, how dreadful.
Yeah, turns out there is no better than here, sir.
Well, like they say, the grass is always greener on the other side, eh, Jack?
Certainly is that, sir.
Well, I'm glad I caught up with you, actually.
Why's that, sir?
I have a little present for you. Thought of you when I was reading it. Do you remember we used to read together when we were boys? Do hope you enjoy it.
You know, I'm always very glad you taught me how to read, sir.
Oh, don't be silly, Jack.
I heard there was a lot of terrible things happening out there, sir.
Yes, well, I've seen some things that I really wouldn't wish for anyone to see. The men who served under me were really some of the best men that one could ever hope to meet. To have been part of the...
Impression of the working man, sir?
I'm sorry?
Nothing, sir.
What did you say?
Being away has taught me a few things myself, sir.
Go on, Jack. Tell me more.
I learned a lot in the town, sir, in the slum that I lived in for a year. There was this wise old man, spent his whole life down in a mine shaft, and now he's dying of a disease in his lung. I've got a book I can show you too, sir, if you'd like. Here, Vanda, you got that book I give you?
What's that?
You got that book I give you?
Marlene wants it.
Oh, she can't read. Give it here, lad.
Right you are.
Sounds like a bore.
That's Vanda. Your father gave him some work here, sir. He's an injured ex-POW. Yeah, good worker though, sir.
Well, you certainly have a way with them, Jack. You know, you could be running these stables one day.
Away with them, sir. I am then.
No, don't be silly, Jack. You're special, you're different.
I know what I am, sir.
Well, all the same, you'll always be special to me, eh? Lord, how long has it been since you and I used to walk this estate together, eh, Jack?
No, we were just children, sir. Grown up now. Here you are, sir. A book for you.
This is a far cry from Robert Louis Stevenson, Jack.
Certainly is that, sir. I recommend it to you, sir.
Bloody good job you all did out there. Pays to give 'em a bloody nose from time to time. Show 'em what's what, eh?
The estate hasn't been quite the same without you around, Douglas.
Damn good show. The nation's proud of you.
Yes, well, much rather have stayed here.
Every man in the family's done his duty. His military service, you know. We have a duty to uphold traditions, noblesse oblige and all that.
There's a nice surprise awaiting your triumphant return.
Oh, hell, the conquering hero, what? Yeah, all the girls like a young hero, don't they, me dear?
Oh, don't be so silly.
Ah, your mother did, if you catch me drift.
Mortimer?
So, have any young belles taken your fancy of late, eh?
No, sir, not of late.
Douglas, we've arranged for a visit to coincide with your return from Africa. Catherine. You remember young Catherine?
Bah, honey, she's a grown woman now, eh?
Shh, Mortimer.
I'm so sorry. I got distracted by all the wonderful flowers. Such a glorious estate. Am I terribly late?
Oh no, my dear. We can have lenses at midday. Do sit down.
Douglas, you remember Kate? Although she must have been very young last time she was over.
Pleasure, Mum.
I'll send for some more tea.
She's over from the colonies, you know, for the summer.
There's a possibility she might be staying for longer.
I do so like it here, and I'm sorry to take you up on what you said, Colonel, but those colonies are no longer yours.
I'm prepared to concede the point to someone as pretty as yourself. Don't you think, Douglas, she's a pretty one, eh?
Yes, indeed, Father, she's very admirable.
Perhaps Douglas could take you for a walk around the grounds.
Yes, off you go, you two. Make the most of this fine weather.
Seems a man's duty is never done. Shall we?
How wonderful it all is. Your family has so much land,
Yes, quite.
and it's so much greener than Pennsylvania, sir.
Is it? Oh,
Yes, I bet one can make a wonderful life here.
well, I dare say.
Oh, I love the follies. Come on, let's go climb it. How lovely it all is. Is everything okay, Douglas?
I have a lot on my mind.
Is it truly horrible out there in Africa?
I don't think you could ever understand, my dear.
But you're a hero. Your father showed me the story in the Times, and he told me about your medals and about saving a soldier's life. They are very proud of you, and I am too. I think you're a hero.
Yes, well, that's very sweet of you.
Sir, I don't want to appear forward, and I know I shouldn't speak out of turn, but I've come here to make my way in the world and to get away from my parents and the farm.
Indeed.
And your mother had said that now that you are back, you'll be wanting to settle down, get your own place, and start your own family.
My mother told you that, did she?
Yes, and your father said that you would want...
Yes, well, it seems that I'm repeatedly the subject of conversation at the moment. I'm sorry, how ungallant of me, how rude. I haven't asked you to marry me yet, have I? Well, is that what you want? Is that what my parents want? Oh, for God's sake!
Ah, son, the triumphant hero. In a rush, are we? Planning the wedding already? Shall I send for the vicar?
Yeah, I saw what happened. I wouldn't worry about it. They just stuck up.
It was not the behaviour I expected from an English gentleman.
Father, I wouldn't marry that Philistine if she were the last woman on earth. You can't force me to do everything you want.
I was fighting them before I came to England.
You were fighting them?
They just stuck up. Their time will come.
And I resent you telling people that I'm ready to marry the first young woman I clap my eyes on.
Will you show me back to the house?
Yes, certainly. Anything for a pretty lady.
Douglas!
Back to drinking again by the looks of it, sir.
Does it matter to you anyway?
Look at you. You catch your death. You need to get those wet things off you.
Come on, let's get you back to the stables, get you dried off. You can't go back to the house in that condition.
Bloody well, leave me alone.
Come on, come on.
Sorry, Jack. You've always been there for me. Whenever I needed you, haven't you?
Just a drink talking.
No. There'll always be a place for you here with our family. How long have you been with our family now? You'll be up for groundsman when old Johnson upstumps.
Don't be silly, sir.
Just don't call me sir. I mean, how long have we known each other? We've known each other long enough. Call me Douglas.
Very well, Douglas.
Just not in front of Father. How much are they paying you, Jack?
Not enough, Douglas.
No, I'm sure. Well, now I'm back, I can put in a good word for you, Jack, and we'll see what we can do for you. You know, I'm sure we can get a little bit more for you.
It's really very kind, Douglas.
Oh, no, that's the least I can do. Not a problem at all.
That's really very kind of you, sir. Be prepared to go out of your way like that for me, sir. It's really an honour that you'd be willing to do that for me, sir.
Steady up, Jack.
You really have no idea, have you, Douglas? Not a clue. With your fancy clothes and your fancy house, pretty young ladies throwing themselves at you for your money, and you want to do me a favour for a few shillings a week!
Jack, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. We all have problems, times are hard.
Problems? What problems could you possibly have? Everything you want handed to you on a platter. Quite frankly, it makes me sick, sir.
But Jack,
People like you. Oh.
Douglas! 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 Douglas!
Hey, Vander, have you seen Master Douglas?
Today, sir?
Yes.
I think you're in for a swim.
Douglas!
Oh, Douglas,
Confound it all, why?
I'm glad you appreciate the delicacy of this situation. Douglas was a troubled young man. But I'm sure he will be forgiven this final sin. It will be the honourable funeral of a military hero.
Well done, Smallwood. Well done.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Ah, Mackenzie, yes. It's about this Douglas business.
Sir?
Well, this business, you know, is all very unfortunate, you know, a nuisance, really.
Yeah, indeed, sir.
Well, we know Douglas was fond of you, Mackenzie.
I mean, you were fond of him. I mean, we all were, really. Well, anyway, the funeral is Monday, and it seems they need an extra man for, you know, it's rather heavy and all that, you know.
Well, we wondered whether you might...
do the honours, as it were.
My lords, my lady, I'll be honoured indeed.
No, good man, good man.
Sir?
Not right, you know, not natural. Father burying his son. I just don't know what more I could have done. I mean, I gave him the best education that money can buy. I bought him a commission into the army, a chance to fight for king and country, but I suppose that at the end you just have to step up to the crease and stand tall, and Douglas just couldn't cut it.
Don't blame yourself, dear.
There's a fine fellow. Good stock. That's what this country needs. Backbone.
It's so muggy. I think we must be due a storm.